Hello and Assalamualaikum. Today, my group and I will be presenting our journey for the group assignment FIN533 Personal Financial Planning titled Designing Our Rich Life. Before we begin sharing our own experience, let me ask you something. How many students here have ever run out of allowance halfway through the month, or maybe spent a little too much at cafe with friends? I believe most of us have been in that situation. In fact, a study titled Economic Literacy and its Effect on Student Financial Behavior at Malaysian Republic University 2021 found that many students face exactly this struggle, like limited allowance, impulsive spending, and difficulty saving. This is also something my group and I have experienced. So today, we would like to share our financial journey from challenges to our vision of a rich life. After hearing about this common struggle, you might wonder, what about me? What kind of financial challenges have I personally faced? One of my biggest financial challenges was when my laptop broke down during mid-semester, just as assignment were due, since my allowance only covered rent, food, and transport. I couldn't afford the repair or buy a new one. So as a solution, I borrowed a friend's laptop and slowly saved from a small side hustle. This taught me the importance of having an emergency fund because unexpected expenses can happen anytime, and without saving, it becomes very stressful.
Hello everyone, today I'd like to share my personal financial journey and visions. First, my biggest financial challenge has been struggling with a limited monthly allowance. To overcome this, I learned to reduce unnecessary spending and create a monthly budget. From this, I realized that living in a country with a higher cost of living, I must plan my spending wisely so that I can save for emergency and future needs.
So financial challenge. As a student, we often face financial struggle. My biggest challenge is relying too much on the PTPTN loan. At the start of the semester, the amount looks big, but sometimes over 3,000. But without planning, it quickly disappears. I usually spend too much in the first few weeks, and by mid-semester I struggle with daily expenses like food and transport. To manage this, I now create a monthly budget. For example, 3,000 becomes 600 per month. I follow 50-30-20 rule, 50% for need, 30% for want, and 20% for saving or emergency. I also practice 24-hour rule before buying non-essential and save 20 until 50 monthly or repayment. With this habit, I can use PTPTN responsibly and avoid financial stress.
Hi everyone, I'm HAMIZAH, and today I want to share my journey of managing money as a student and planning for a rich life. Like many students, I used to struggle with limited allowance and part-time income. Daily expenses like food, transport, and university supplies often felt overwhelming. At first, I had no clear plan for my money. I noticed it would disappear quickly, sometimes without even meeting my essential needs. To solve this, I started tracking every expenses, daily or weekly. Seeing exactly where my money go helped me prioritize what's important and reduce waste. So, lesson learned, without planning, money slips away faster than you realize.
Next, we move on to the financial habit. So facing that challenge made us reflect on how we manage our money daily, and that brings me to my financial habit, the good ones that help me and the not so good one I need to improve. So after that challenge, I started reflecting on my financial habit. On the positive side, I save 5 until 10 ringgit every month in a money box and record my spending in Excel. But I also have the negative habit like overspending on cafe with friends and buying unnecessary stationery. So to improve, I plan to keep saving and tracking while reducing cafe visit to twice a week, and I use the wish list method, like waiting 7 days before buying non-essential.
Next, when it comes to my financial habits, I have two, both positive and negative. For positive habits, I consistently save at least 50 ringgit every month. But a negative habit is I overspend on food and drinks too much, especially buying a matcha too often at the price 14 ringgit for each. So, for my improvement plan is that I need to continue my monthly savings, which is I need to upgrade more and reduce unnecessary spending so that I can grow long-term saving.
Compare prices before making purchases. So before making a purchase, I always compare prices. I usually check 2 or 3 stores, whether online or in person, to find the best deal. The same item can sometimes have very different price, so this habit helped me to avoid overspending. So by doing this, I become more mindful for my spending and build financial discipline. The more I save can then go to more important things like a bill saving or emergency. This shows that even a small habit like comparing price can make a big difference in financial stability. Impulse shopping. One negative habit I have is impulse shopping, especially online. During sales like 99 or 11/11, I often buy things I don't really need, such as clothes or accessories, just because they look cheap. Over time, these small purchases add up and show that I struggle to separate wants from needs. To improve, I now practice the 24-hour rule. I wait one day before buying an essential item. If I still feel I need them, then I go in. This helps me control my spending and make a better financial choices.
Along the way, I developed some positive habits. First is separating savings goal. I allocated money for emergency, education and long-term goals like ASB or tabung haji. Secondly is budgeting. I follow the 50-30-20 rule, which is 50% for essentials, 30% for lifestyle, 20% for savings and investments. Of course, I had some habits to improve, which is poor savings and impulsive spending, especially due to trends or peer pressure. To improve, I practice consistent budgeting and set clear short and long-term goals. This keeps me motivated and in control of my finances.
Those habits that we are mentioned before are not just about saving or spending less. They are steps toward the life we dream of, and that bring us to our version of rich life. For me, a rich life is not about being very wealthy, but about living comfortably without debt, running my own business and supporting my parents. My dream is to open a small cafe or bakery, travel overseas with my family every 2 years, and provide my parents with a stable monthly allowance. To me, a rich life means balance, financial stability, family happiness, and freedom.
The third one is design the rich life. For me, when I think about designing my rich life, it doesn't mean being super wealthy. For me, a rich life means living peaceful without debt, having balanced lifestyles, and being able to afford a comfortable home and travel with my family. So, my visions board are having a good health, peace of mind, financial stability, and quality family time.
Designing my rich life. For me, a rich life means being able to buy important things like a car and a house with my own money without fully depending on loans or other. I want the independence to purchase my first car for convenience and mobility, and later to own a house as a symbol of stability and security. Most importantly, I want to reach a stage where I can buy what I need or what using my own income. To me, that is true financial freedom and responsibility.
For me, a rich life isn't just about money. It means good health, mental peace, lifelong learning, and freedom to travel, pursue hobbies, or volunteer. Financially, it's about living comfortably, covering food, housing, transport, healthcare, wellness, occasional travels, and enjoying small luxuries, while still saving for the future.
Of course, having a rich life is only possible if we have a clear plan. That's why we've set our financial vision goal for the short, medium, and long term. To achieve that, I have set financial goal for myself. In 5 years, I want to save 20,000 ringgit to start an online bakery. In 10 years, I plan to own a physical cafe and buy my first car. And in 20 years, I aim to achieve financial independence with multiple businesses, property, and retirement saving. So these goals are realistic and they connect directly to the rich life I want to build for myself and my family.
Finally, my financial visions is divided into 3 stages. In the short term, within 5 years, I want to be free from PTPTN, build saving in tabung haji and ASB, get married, and also have my first own car. Meanwhile, in 10 years, I hope to buy my first house, perform umrah or haji with my husband and my parents, and also build an emergency fund at least 20,000 ringgit Malaysia. In the long term, 20 years from now, I am to have at least 350,000 ringgit in ETF, achieve financial independence from my family, and maintain multiple income sources through my jobs, investment, and property rental. So to summarize it, I believe that with discipline and proper planning, I can achieve these visions and live a truly rich life.
Financial vision. In the next 5 years, my goal is to complete my study, keep my debt as low as possible, and save at least 5,000 in emergency fund. I also plan to follow a budget and control my daily spending. In 10 years, I aim to achieve greater financial stability by owning my first car and a small house. At the same time, I will start invest in stock, real estate, and unit trust while balance my saving and expenses. Finally, in 20 years, my ultimate goal is to be financially independent and debt-free. I want to support my family comfortably, have enough saving for my children's education and my retirement, and live a life of freedom, security, and fulfillment.
Here's how I plan my finances for 5 years. Graduate debt-free, secure a full-time job, getting married, and build an emergency fund. For 10 years, buy property, clear debts, grow investment, save for family and travel. For 20 years, achieve financial freedom, support children education, maintain a balanced life, and enjoy patience without financial stress. To achieve these goals, I follow 2 main steps. First is budgeting and saving. Maintain strict monthly budgets, automate savings, and prioritize paying off high interest debt first. I also use financial apps to track progress. Secondly is investing. Start with low risk investment early. Diversify as knowledge grows and consider retirement and insurance plans. Managing financial is a journey with tracking, budgeting, clear goals, and smart investment. You can turn limited resources into financial confidence and create the life you truly want.
As conclusion, managing money is a big challenge for students today. With limited allowance and rising costs, many struggle with saving, budgeting, and avoiding impulsive spending. But with financial literacy and discipline, we can build a good habit like consistent saving, budgeting wisely, and prioritizing needs over wants. By setting clear goals yearly, we prepare for emergency and create a secure future not just for ourselves but also for our families and society. That's all from us.